I'm on!
So, as I was saying earlier, I used to be in a band many years ago called The Scream. And we were on tour. We were doing like, when you go out on tour, you go out for like 6 or 8 weeks at a time, and they call that a leg. So I was doing a leg of the tour, just finishing up, and this fan came up to me, and they go, "Dude, you gotta read this magazine." So I'm like, okay. So they hand me a copy of this magazine that was in America called Spin. Do you guys remember this? Yeah. So,
You're the best fucking singer, John!
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Now, when you say I'm the best singer, do you mean in your household, or what are we talking about? Oh, from your heart. Thank you, my heart. Thank you. So we'll talk about this later, but let me get back to my story, okay? All right. So anyway, this fan comes up, gives me this magazine. It's got Nikki Sixx on the cover. And he said, "Dude, man, he's really talking about your band." So I read the whole interview. And at the very end, just like every interview, they say, "So what are you listening to now? You know, when you're at home, what do you listen to?" I go, "Besides my wife, not much." Anyway, so Nikki said, "I really love this band from LA called The Scream." So it was this great article, and so when I got home, I went to sleep. I got home late at night. I went to sleep. We had a show that day in LA, the next day, and so I figured, what the fuck, you know, let me pick up the phone, and I'll just call the guys and say thank you for the plug. So I pick up the phone and I call, and the management company at the time was called Top Rock Entertainment. So I give them a call. And I talk, this girl answers, and I say, "Hello, this is John Corabi from The Scream, and I'd like to leave a message for Nikki Sixx." And her whole demeanor changed. She goes, "Give me your number." "Yes, give me your number, I'll give Nikki the message." So I go, "Okay." I leave my phone number, I hang the phone up, and I walk away. I grab my guitar and my bag of clothing, because I'm going to go do my sound check for my last gig of that leg of the tour. And as I'm walking out the door, the phone rings. So my wife at the time, Ian's mom, picked the phone up, and she says, she's yelling at me, she goes, babe, I think you should come back and answer this call." And I'm being a dick. I'm like, "No, just get a message, I'll fucking call back later, I'm busy, whatever." And as any good persuasive wife would do, she used that tone in her voice where it was like, "Come back and answer this fucking phone call." And then I think I heard her say, "Mama needs new shoes." Whatever. So I come back, I answer the phone, I go, "Hello," and I hear, "Dude!" Like, okay, it's Tommy Lee and Nikki Sixx. So they're driving around LA. And it was right before Valentine's Day in 1992. So they're riding around LA in Nikki's convertible, like $7 million in sports car, like Italian. I mean, it was crazy. It literally had like cruise control, it had a fax machine, it had a Jaeger dispenser, it had like hot and cold running women, it had an auto sucking for long drives, like it would just suck his cock, whatever. So anyway, I talked to them. Then they tell me, they give me this news. Now it's Friday. They go, "Can you come on Monday between me, you, and the fence post? You can't say anything to anybody, but Vince is out. We want you to come on Monday." So, longest weekend ever. So I go down on Monday, and we did Live Wire, Shot at the Devil, Dr. Feelgood. We did Helter Skelter, Jailhouse Rock, and Smoking in the Boys' Room. So then they go, all right, they go, "Can you come back tomorrow?" So I go, "All right, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let me get back to my story. I promise there's a punchline." I know, look at him. I started this story and he had no beard. Okay, anyway, So I go back the next day, I do the same thing over, but this time I walk into the room, and over here along the wall, there's all these guys in suits. So I walk in and I'm looking at them. I'm a little intimidated, and I walk in and I go, okay. And so Nikki comes over and he goes, "This is our manager Doug." I go, "Doug, nice to meet you. This is our accountant Chuck. Hey dude, how are you? This is our lawyer David." I go, "Hey David, how are you? This is our lawyer Bob. How are you? This is our lawyer Mike. How are you? This is our lawyer Carl." I'm like, how many fucking lawyers do you guys have? So anyway, so I'm intimidated by this wall over here. So then I turn to walk to the microphone to audition, and I look over here, and who do I see? Heather Locklear and Brandy Brandt. So I'm just saying, I said to myself, I'm going to focus on that side of the room, because I'm singing to TJ Hooker, bitches, and a Playboy bunny. So I did, and they said, all right, you know, so then at the end of the thing, we did the same songs again. The suits walked out of the room. The girls were like, "You were great, okay, bye." You know, they leave. And then, so Tommy goes, he's sitting behind the kid, he goes, "Let's knock this on the head." Rehearsal. Now, I'm thinking, if I don't get this gig, all I really want to do is write one song with Motley Crue that they'll either use on their next record or I can use on my next record with the Scream. So I say, let's jam. So we do. We start jamming like Honky Tonk Woman, Reefer Headed Woman, like all this shit. And then I grab a guitar. They were kind of blown away that I could play. So we started playing, and I had this riff forever. It was in my band Angora. It didn't work with Angora. It didn't work with the Scream. But we started jamming it, and we actually finished this song, just about finished it that night. And it goes like this.